There's a moment I'm sure a lot of you will recognize. You decide you want to start investing. The curiosity is real, but soon enough it turns into information overload. There's too many opinions, no way to separate signal from noise, no map to follow. It seems complicated, so you freeze. Or worse, you follow whoever's loudest. That moment is where Livicus began. Hi, I'm Thomas, co-founder of Livicus. If you've come across our research on X or one of our earlier videos here, you've already seen some of how we think about markets and companies. What you haven't seen yet is where any of it started. So today I want to take a step back from the usual research and share why Livicus exists in the first place. And it started a long time ago. As a kid, I used to corner dads at birthday parties, trying to figure out how their businesses actually made money. And that curiosity turned into a string of small ventures, selling comic books, then websites, small consulting jobs. None of them were destinations, but it was all in search of experiencing up close how a creative idea could be turned into a value-creating business. I went on to work in finance, helping senior management analyze their financial results to understand how their businesses were performing. And later on, I managed factories, which taught me more about creating results rather than simply analyzing them. By 16, I bought my first stock, and I would go on to approach investing from a macro perspective. I wanted to know if enough reading could reveal patterns in the economy that I could take advantage of. This led to information overload. It took about 10 years of reading and experimenting to learn something specific about myself. When a company genuinely interests me, I can absorb information about it for hours with genuine excitement. And a company earns that interest when it has a vision that feels like an adventure and a leader capable of pulling it off. So I kept researching companies on that basis. And at some point, friends and family started asking to see the research. And some, over time, even trusted me enough to let me guide where their money went. It also gave me a front row seat to something truly exciting: seeing the impact on a company's stock price when these adventures go according to plan. Three things became increasingly clear to me. First, lots of people want to invest. Second, many people feel intimidated to start and find themselves drowning in information overload. Third, those who trusted me enough to put their own money behind my judgment did so because I'd earned their trust slowly by being transparent. I'm curious where you stand today in your investment journey. Interested but haven't started, trying to find your way through a forest of information, or navigating the market like a pro? Drop it in the comments. I read and respond to all of them. That last point of trust stayed with me, not as a nice sentiment, but rather as a structural one. Trust wasn't something I was selling. It was the thing that made everything else possible. The reason people were willing to accept the conclusions of my research and how to act on them. All voluntarily, without me asking them to trust me, which I never did. And then the inevitable happened. My research work grew fast, and at some point it stopped being a hobby and became a decision. This needed to become something real. Not a bigger version of my existing process, but something built to responsibly expose people to the investment opportunities I was unearthing at scale. That meant it couldn't stay a one-person effort. I needed people who could help me turn my organically grown process into a properly run, disciplined business. People who could help me build the infrastructure to bring research to life at scale. So my co-founders came in, to build this as a team, not as a solo act. Each of us bringing a different piece of what trust at scale actually requires. So research, communication, and infrastructure could reinforce each other. And importantly, that same element of trust already existed between us after having worked together for years in the past. The name comes from my kids, Marcus and Livia, the next generation, which in a way helps to support our long-term thinking. The mission comes from that original moment I described in the beginning. Curiosity meeting information overload. Because we truly think that everyone with a wallet should be able to invest, at their own pace and with their own means, but always through smart research and a clear thesis. We don't claim to predict what the markets will do next. We aim to find and understand exceptional businesses with high upside potential early, to own them with conviction and let time do the rest. Our goal is to give anyone with the curiosity to invest a clear path to follow, and to earn your trust through radical transparency every step of the way, so you can own tomorrow today. If you too have a company you cannot stop researching or a question about one, tell me about it in the comments. It might end up in a future video. Make sure to like and subscribe to join us on this adventure.